My generation is turning the big 3-0, but we don't say the T word, yo. We grew up to not be monsters, though we still get treated like toddlers, and though not much was expected out of us, we've surprised ourselves. We've got no 60s remedies, no 70s memories that we can unremember because the drugs were that good back when the sex was that safe. We're 80s babies, born out of a fear of anything that breeds happiness, from backpack gangster rap to the AIDS plague. Born after a generation that legalized it for commercial drug slingers, wrapped our wrists with rulers' English, even spell-checked our Bible papers, stole our recreation and called it escapism. We're criminals, but they're innocent, turned youthful indiscretion into these mandatory sentences. That same generation with that age-old story about not having any capable offspring to take over the family business said we have no experiences, but left us no shoes to fill in, because they've been barefooted in hippie kitchens since back when they was pregnant with us. And though they would stockpiled us an inexhaustible amount of outdated references, I gotta say, if they would have just made the world perfect like they said they wouldn't be fed up with us for not filling the positions they left open with the 40-year-old job description. But it's not about them, or what kind of mess was left for us, or even what's expected of us. It's what we've accomplished. We're the generation that went from saving the world, Inc., to nonprofits. The folk music of our generation was first played with Texas instruments. The kids who used to spend 8 hours a day solitary confinement with their Sega Genesis turned into adults who can't put a solid 8 hours of workday productivity together without sneaking a peek at their social networking. But at least we got friends in different countries, yo. We got cadets in barracks playing FIFA 09 with cats in Iraq all night long. We're the generation that got past homogenous. We got postmodern. White parents raised on Save the Last Dance want to put their kids in hip-hop class. And a wave of second-generation suburban black parents send their youth to spend summer schooling with relatives still inner city, learning how to read the streets so we don't forget the ABCs of poverty. We're the generation that went from just having gay friends to queer relatives and same-sex partners. We've domesticated men and turned women into ballers. And though we respect their sacrifice, before they admonish us, they ought to remember that we're the generation that helped elect President Barack Obama. We got hip-hoppers rocking mohawks, battling punk rock over who got the skinniest jeans. Big and rich, even country done gone corporate. Spinning rims replaced pairs of horses, because of course you can't put butterfly doors on them things. But with all of our faults, we're changing, learning from our youth instead of just saying what they ain't. Because if there's one thing we did learn from the boomers, it's how to make babies. Despite the common boogeymaning growing up that sexual activity leads to arthritis and rabies, they taught us about peace and love life, and we ran away with it. Too old to be delinquent, too 3-0 to abscond, bags packed with pride, indignation, and a healthy critique of everything except ourselves. My generation of opinionated mumblers and articulate apathy are very vocal about what we don't care for, but extremely active for what we do. And sometimes, when we're not being chastised for speaking up nor implored to shut up, we've got our own battles to passive fight and freak flags to wave, much to do and a mouthful more to say for ourselves, and many more years to do it at only 3-0. But if there's one thing we won't do, it's say the T word, yo.